New York. New York. No doubt. No doubt. No
I'm Tony Scott with bnetTV. We are here at CEA Week in New York City, and it's Bring Your Own Business down here this week in New York. I'm having the pleasure of speaking with Miss Katie Smith-Adair from Sonar. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for showing up on the show.
Of course.
For our first-time users, pop your iPad up here and tell me what Sonar is all about.
Sure. So Sonar is a great way to know more information about the people who are here right now. Sonar pulls in your various social networks, your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Foursquare, and then lets you know when there are people that you're connected to who are nearby, and gives you a way to share and connect with them and chat with them.
Now, Katie, you and I had spoken off camera. I had said to you, well, is this just like a Foursquare? Is just like a, and you said no. It's more about connecting.
It's much more about connecting people to other people. Foursquare is great
at a particular place.
Yeah, exactly, or in a proximity. So
okay.
If my friend is grabbing coffee a few doors down and I don't know about it, Sonar is a great tool to let me know, so I can go bump into her.
How does Sonar differentiate itself from other products in the market space?
Well, there's definitely been some new entrants into our market, which is great, and it's very exciting. We have sort of been doing this for about a year, and we saw that people are really excited when they see their friends and when they know that people they're already connected to are nearby. So we've put a focus on friends. When you open Sonar, you first see a list of people that you're either Facebook friends with, follow on Twitter, their LinkedIn connections or Foursquare connections. And then if you dig in a little bit deeper, you can look into different people who are here who have things in common with you that you're not connected to yet, because that's useful in things like conferences or if you're looking for like dating opportunities. But we definitely prioritize friends.
Who's around me that I can hit on? Clearly that would be an app that's good for me. Okay, so Katie, hi sweetheart, how are you? Katie has a boyfriend. All right. So
he's my Facebook friend as well.
So my question is going to be: do you have to be a Sonar user for the system to work better for you, or is it something that you can just download, log on, and then see who's in with an approximate area because they're connected from their Facebook? But if they're not a Sonar user, you won't see them?
That actually is not exactly correct.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
We pull as much public data as we can
to
give you the lay of the land, who's here, who's checked in on Foursquare that you're connected to, who has geotagged a tweet, uploaded an Instagram with a geotag.
There we go.
All of that data, because we want to make sure and give our users the most relevant and robust list of people possible.
If you're somebody that you are connected with via another social network is in the area, they may not be a Sonar user, but you still may want to find them.
Sure, yeah. You may still want to be connecting with them and they're doing something like checking in that's making their location known. So we want to give you that information. If they are a Sonar user, there's definitely a few more ways that you can connect with them.
If they're, I still want to go back to the fact that if they're not a Sonar user and you do want to engage with them and you see them on your Sonar then how do you contact them? What happens?
You can easily send, with just a click of a button, a tweet to them. So you can say, oh hey, I saw you nearby on Sonar and we're both friends with Brian. Let's hang out and get coffee. We're both at CE Week, or whatever the case may be. So there are messaging channels built in that don't require the other user to be a Sonar user.
But does it prompt them to say, hey, but if you want to connect through this, we can?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, we definitely make it easy for you to invite your friends to Sonar, because once they do get on Sonar, it's an even better experience. You can chat, you can update your status that goes to just the people that you're connected to who are around you. It's kind of like a local tweet.
Definitely great for conferences.
Definitely great for conferences. Conferences, typically it's been sort of by chance. Maybe you look at the list before you go of who's going to be there, but you don't really know when you're walking around, who that guy is or where the one guy that you're hoping to talk to is here today. So it makes it a little bit more efficient.
Okay, and let's see. Well, why don't we do a little bit of a demo here? Why don't you pop that open and we'll zoom right in and you can show us a little bit of.
So when I open Sonar, I see a list of people that's completely different from the list of people that you see, because it's based on who I'm already connected to and my preferences. So we've spent all of these years building networks and volunteering our preferences to online services, but that doesn't really get us anywhere in the real world. So Sonar wants to help you take those networks offline and help you navigate the real world. So first I see a list of people that I'm already connected to. I see Peter Kafka, who writes for All Things D. Jonathan Wegner has a great startup I love called Time Hop. Various people I'm either friends with or following.
I think we're going to have to sort of pop that up that way.
And then, if I see somebody that I want to connect to, Alex Eisenberg, he's a Weber Shandwick. I can send him a tweet. I can see a little bit more about what he's up to, check out his recent tweets to see what's on his mind or what he's up to. And then after I dig in a little bit to the folks that I already am connected to, I start to see people who I have things in common with, but I may not know yet. So I see Abe is at City Bakery. He's a Sonar user, so I can send him a message, and if I want to meet up, I can make plans to meet up or tell him what I'm up to if he wants to come over here. I can see, where he's from, different information, friends we have in common on Facebook, his LinkedIn position, his tweets, all this information that, could help me make a connection at a conference, make a friend somewhere I'm going that I would have absolutely no access to otherwise.
Okay, and then finally, Katie, what are we going to see from Sonar here in the future?
So we are focusing on, really getting the algorithm right and getting the relevance right. So we're always giving our users great information, but there's definitely interesting ways that we're working on partnering with lots of different brands. Being part of events in a more meaningful way and helping people make connections while they're there, even before they get to the event. So lots of different ways to connect. We're also looking at this as a bit of a platform. So it's a way to share and connect with the people here now. And right now it's through, tweets and updates and messages and sort of your existing networks. But there's different ways you could add in, sharing files, perhaps, sharing music, sharing a photo. So it's really going to become a platform for sharing with people here now.
Which inevitably was going to be part of my last question. Is there an API development arena that if other API developers want to be able to contact you, they can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something we're working on, and we love to get early partners in to help us with the process and lock down some folks to work with right off the bat. So,
Katie Smith-Adair, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us here today at CE Week during the CEA Line Show. We get a chance for an update again in the future.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. I've been speaking with Sonar's Katie Smith-Adair here in the CE Week show in New York City. I'm Tony Slaughter with bnetTV.